Hello, welcome to day 2 of the 4-day challenge Accelerate Your English. My name is Jacqueline Volcano and I am your instructor for the week. Today, we're going to talk about selecting level-appropriate resources. There are so many options to learn English, online and offline. It's important to find the right one for you. There are many websites, textbooks, audiobooks, novels, paid apps and free apps, paid classes, free classes, and many English podcasts. There are different ways that programs divide language levels. The basic levels are beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And then other programs use the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, or CEFR. So A1 is beginner, A2 is elementary, B1 is intermediate, and B2 is upper intermediate, C1 is advanced, and C2 is proficient or near native. So in the comments below, please answer the question, what is your English level? I see Ada is here. She says hello. And someone asked if you can see me, and I cannot. And Mary says hello from Wisconsin. Does anyone want to share their English level? Ada says she is intermediate. And Mary is my mom, so she's native. All right, let's go on. I'm going to show you 5 tips for finding online resources. The first tip is free websites have advertisements. So beware of where you click. So this says advertisement, and they usually have an X in the corner. So you can click the X to make it smaller, but it's not necessary. But if you click in the middle, it will take you away to a different website. Number 2 tip, look for websites that can track your progress. They have buttons like register or sign up, or log in and sign in. This website is USA Learns. To register or sign up, you click Start Now. To log in, you click Sign In to go to your account. Tip number 3 is use Google or Facebook to create your account so you don't forget your password. And so here you can click on Google or Facebook to register. Otherwise, please write your password. The most frequent problem in my classes is I forgot my password. Okay, so write down the website, your username and password in a notebook, or you should have a notes app on your phone too. Tip number 4, resources need to provide you feedback to show you correct and incorrect answers. In USA Learns, it shows your correct answers here, and it shows correct and incorrect answers. And tip number 5, look for leveled resources to help your skills grow. So using this one website, you can start at level 1 beginner and move up to level 2 beginner, 3 intermediate, 4 intermediate, and there's probably level 5, and then 6 level advanced. I'm going to demonstrate briefly my 7 recommendations for learning English through the internet, so on your computer, tablet, or phone. So the first website is for vocabulary is called Learning Chocolate. It's at learningchocolate.com, and down here you see the levels, beginner, intermediate, advanced. So Learning Chocolate is beginner and intermediate. For courses, I suggest USA Learns and English Central. English Central has an app. USA Learns is for beginner and intermediate. English Central is for all levels. And then we have Agenda Web for grammar. Agenda Web is for beginner and intermediate. Let's take a look at these 4 websites. So Learning Chocolate is here. You can see this is an advertisement. So if you click the X, it will make it smaller. This is an advertisement, and here's an advertisement. So just beware. At the top, you have your home screen. So on your home screen, you have recently added or new, los nuevos, favorites, and most viewed or popular for this month. You can select the category of your topic. So numbers, people, jobs. You can search for a topic. You can use your native language for instructions, and then what language you are learning. So you can learn it for different languages too, or use this website. So let's take an example of household chores. Here's another ad. So you can click the X to close it. This lesson of household chores, these are the vocabulary words. So you listen.
Floor.
Are you able to hear the audio? You can type in the chat. After you listen, then you can match up. You click at the bottom, listen, and drag and drop. So take out the garbage. Clear the table. When you finish, check your answers. So that's activity 1. Activity 2, match the phrase to the picture. So vacuum the floor, hang out the laundry, iron the clothes, and check your answers. Matchup 3 is listening. And then check your answers. Activity 4 is fill in the blank. And check your answers. And the last activity is dictation. Make an incorrect answer. All right, so that is Learning Chocolate. That was Learning Chocolate at learningchocolate.com. The next one we'll look at is USA Learns. So USA Learns, and all these websites are free. Todos los sitios de web son gratis de hoy. USA Learns has 7 units. So they have 3 or 4 general English. So first English course, English 1 plus, second English course, and practice English and reading. And then this is a new course for this year, Access America, to learn more about living in the United States. And then there is study to become a US citizen, so citizenship course para estar una ciudadano. And there is skills for the nursing assistant. To register, you click here. I have an account, tengo una cuenta, so I will sign in. All right, so I'm going to just briefly show you a little bit of course 1. So we're going to go to, so this is the unit menu. And there are 3 lessons. So I'm just going to jump ahead. So this is learn new words. And once you learn the words, you can do a meaning match. So this is ask. Okay. And listen. Then there's a speaking part. Ask. And then play back. And let's show in the review and quiz, we have a concentration game. Nice to meet you. Point, point, point. Okay, so that is USA Learns. And so these are the 7 courses there. And there are definitely videos in that program as well. So I'm going to jump ahead to the next one is English Central. So English Central, you also need to register, but it is free. And there are videos and courses. So I'm going to sign in. I'm going to use my Google account. Someone's asking, can I use this page on my phone? All of the websites are available through your internet browser. And then there are some that have an app. We'll go back to the presentation and you can take a picture if you didn't do that. So I'm going to start. So here is English Central. So here you see these are my videos that I have played, and these are all videos. And then they have different categories like business, media, social. So I'm going to demonstrate just one video that I was playing with today. So it says, click on the words you don't know. So for example, I think the underlined are automatic new vocabulary, but you can click on a word and it pronounces and it adds to a spelling list. Okay, so once you've finished the video, you'll continue to learn new words. There are some automatic new words and also the vocabulary you clicked on or selected. So then you click here to learn words. Thank you. So try again. And then okay. And then the next activity is speak the lines. So you click speak the lines. So literally not one. Today's gonna be great, Goldie. So I said great instead of different. And you can also slow the speed. And then the fourth activity is with AI. With AI, you're going to have a conversation with a computer. So it asks, can you tell me what the character and his friend did when they found out that the game was going to shut down? I don't remember. And you can change it or listen and send it to the computer. That's all right. In the video, what did the character? So just ask another question. So those are the activities in English Central. And these are all the courses you can select. So you can look for your level. And just for example, so if I want to learn Business English 1, I select it. There are 12 units, 60 videos. If you do one video each day, that's a good goal. Es una meta buena. Okay. So that was number 3. And we'll do number 4 is Agenda Web. So this is Agenda Web. These are advertisements and these are advertisements. So in the middle are the activities. So we're going to look at verbs and start at the top. So there's different activities to practice. I'm going to click on the number 1. So I am, you are, he is, she is, and you can check your answers and then select the next activity. So I am, so drag and drop. So these are drop-down menu. You are, and we'll do one more. There is also writing activities. So write the contracted forms. So I am a boy, I'm a boy. Okay, so that is Agenda Web. And let's see. Flash game probably will not work on a mobile device, just for your information. So let's go back to the presentation. So if you want to take a photo, I'll take this off. Oops. If you want to take a photo or a screenshot of this list, then you can look at them later. So I'll give you just a moment. In the comments, tell me which resource is your favorite. Learning Chocolate for vocabulary, USA Learns, and English Central for the courses. English Central had the videos, and Agenda Web for grammar. So which was your favorite? So Mary likes USA Learns, and another person likes USA Learns. So I guess that was the favorite for today. I like the English Central with the videos. All right, let's go on to the next 3. So number 5 is LingoClip. And so these 2 are for listening. So LingoClip does have an app on the phone, and it is for all levels. And then there's ELLLO, and that is for all levels. And then British Council has many, many, many kinds of activities for reading, writing, listening, speaking, courses, vocabulary, and business English. It can be overwhelming though. And British Council has 5 different apps I don't remember the first one. I think it's for grammar. They don't have a name, but this one is for podcasts. This one is for pronunciation, and this one is for movies. So on your phone, you just look for British Council in your app store. So let's look at these websites. And you can take a picture of this website, this picture page if you want. I'll give you a moment to do that while I put up the next banner. So the next, we're going to look at LingoClip. So its old name, el nombre pasado, was lyrics training. So this is the website. Let me, I'm going to type in LingoClip first. Okay, so if you go to lingoclip.com, this is where you can get the app, and then this is where you can go to the website. This is what the app looks like. It is addictive, just a warning. And you can learn multiple languages. So here you can select your language to learn. Here are the different types of music. There are also soundtracks, movie scenes, TV shows, and others. It's not necessary to have an account, but it is an option. So here you have top lyrics or most popular and what people are listening to now, and then new lyrics. So I'm going to select a video, and you select the level of challenge. So beginner is missing 10% of the words. So falta 10% de las palabras. And there's intermediate with 25% missing. Advanced is 50, and expert is all. So let's try a beginner and press play. So here's where you can create an account or do it without an account. You type the missing word. If you miss it, you can repeat. If you don't know, you can skip. Here. Sorry. Okay, and here you can print the lyrics if you want the words to the song. On the app, there are many, many more options, but this is the basics. And let's look at the next website is ELLLO. So ELLLO has audio activities, video activities, and leveled activities. So here is a video activity. You can listen to the video. You can hide the transcript to listen carefully, and then listen again with the transcript. There's vocabulary highlighted, and here's a quiz. When you answer the questions, check your answers, and you can show the correct answers here. You can learn new vocabulary and practice a vocabulary quiz at the bottom. So we have not had the blank to meet yet. So we have not had the opportunity. And then check your answers. You can practice speaking. So this says, play the audio and answer the questions with your own answer. And then click the blue squares to see the questions and possible answers. So there's a pause for 6 seconds to answer each question. So you listen to the question and then type your answer. I don't know what the question is. So here's the question. Oh, so you type the question and then type your answer. And here's some possible answers. And then lastly is the grammar. You can select the correct word and submit your answers. So that is a video lesson, and you can also check leveled lessons and the audio lessons. So just for your information, with audio lessons, you can click the big numbers, 1401, and there's a whole list of more activities. So this is 3 activities of a long list. And let's look at the last resource is Learning English at the British Council. So British Council does have online courses, but they are paid, but it's like $4 a month. And they have skills, listening, reading, writing, speaking, grammar for beginning and intermediate, vocabulary, business English, general English, and so it's a lot. But I'm going to show you writing activity. So this is writing level A2, or I was going to select A2. So the writing, you select your level. I'm going to select A2, so high beginner. And these are different lessons. So choose your writing lesson. And these are comments from English learners. So I'm going to click on personal profile. So it has introductions. So do the preparation task, then read the text and tips to do the exercises. Here's a warm-up question. What information would you include in a personal profile? Address, maybe. Hobbies, your job, how much money you earn? No. Your personality? I don't think so. We can check. And check your answers. Total score is 3 out of 3. And then you read the text. So about me, likes and dislikes, hobbies. It gives you some tips. And then 3 tasks or activities. So task 1, so this put the sentences in the correct group. So I believe communication is the most important thing. Is that a fact or a funny things to say? I don't know. So you click the phrase and then put it in the box. So click, I'm a good photographer, and click the box and check your answers. Task 2 is same. So I'm a blank person. I'm a talkative person. And task 3 is true, false. So just click in the box. Yeah, so that is the last one, Learning English at britishcouncil.org. So let's go back to the presentation. Whoops. So in the comments, tell me which resource is your favorite. LingoClip with the music videos, ELLLO with the listening activities, or British Council with so many options. Mary says she likes ELLLO with the listening activities. How about Ada? All right, let's finish up here. So, the picture didn't show up. It was a picture of the Facebook post. Anyways, so today's challenge, I want you to find 3 resources to help you learn English from today's demonstration. So try out the resources demonstrated today. Select 3 resources that work well on your device, whatever you're using, and that you enjoy and like. Create an account if necessary. And in today's Facebook post, tell us which resources you will use to learn English and meet your English goal. And if there aren't any questions, that is it for today. And tomorrow, on day 3, we will talk about setting goals using some of these resources from today. That is it for today. So see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.